Can you hear it? Welcome to Relay.
Hello, everyone. With any luck, this is all working. I see everyone here. The sound seems to be okay. I'm assuming you can hear me.
No, we can't.
You can't?
Not
Oh. No?
No,
That's not good.
it's not.
I don't know what to do
It
about
could
that.
possibly be because I have the stream muted.
Oh!
But, you know,
Okay. So they can probably hear me.
hopefully. I don't know. Can you guys hear us?
Yeah, they can hear us. Okay, so hi. There's some interesting stuff to talk about today. Most of it's actually pretty important. A lot of pretty fun news. Nakara's here. He's fun, like rainbow marshmallow frozen yogurt. Shiver's here too. He's also fun, like holeless donuts. Like the ones with the filled ones with like the jelly or the cream inside.
Oh, they're the worst.
No, they're the fun ones.
Technically, those still have holes in them because otherwise there's no place to put the filling.
But it's more like a filled cavern inside rather than an open gaping hole.
Nice reference.
Dated girls like that.
The Auto DJ is here as well. It promises me that it's running its fun programming. We'll see soon.
Honestly, I'm only here because I failed my Turing test.
So did we.
Yeah.
We all
There's
have something in common.
there's a lot of fun Star Citizen stuff to talk about. It was a really good week for info. Some good shows. But see, here's the thing.
Uh-oh.
I'm really tired. So
Yes, he is. We can tell he's tired.
if you guys can just imagine what I'm gonna say for the rest of this show,
Okay.
I'm just gonna like have a nap. Good night,
Are we
everyone.
gonna get banned for sleeping on stream?
Is that bannable?
Well, I guess maybe not if all of us are not sleeping. Or not all of us are
Enjoy
sleeping.
the nap.
I can't even talk. So, welcome to the relay station. I
We're
guess-
joined by Jake from last week.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, that was good.
Oh,
Clearly,
thank you
I'm
very
tired
much.
and I just need some more beer.
thank you very much to Flint for
Yeah.
joining us at the last moment here.
Last moment,
That's
and
fine.
also thank you to Flint for subscribing while we were offline, and thank you to Carbide Edge for subscribing now. So
Break your shoulders again.
instead of sleeping,
If only we could hear the bones crunching and cracking over the stream.
I mean, you probably can.
Oh, boy. Interesting time.
I don't know if you can hear that, but anyway, hey, how's everyone doing this week? Everyone have a
Pretty
good
good.
week?
Yeah.
I hope so. It's
It definitely was a period of time that passed.
a series of hours and minutes and days gone.
Another week I've proved I'm immortal. I haven't died yet.
I mean, by that measure,
But-
we're all immortal.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, we're only proving that we're immoral. Until we can no longer prove that fact.
And that will really suck that day that we prove that's not a fact.
Imagine what Auto would be like if he didn't engage his fun circuits.
Like
I
Shiver.
would probably be a perfectly normal DJ.
Then you wouldn't have a space on a base.
Oh no, I'd still have a space. Someone has to play the music.
Fun,
We need a
fair
bot.
fact. All right.
Okay,
Shall we get
so-
into our show and tell since we have a lot of
Yeah,
things
we
to show?
we do. I thought there was something I wanted to talk about this week.
Something. There's lots.
I know, but we were talking about it before the show, and I was like, no,
Plants.
I want to talk about that during the show.
Plants.
oh,
Plants.
the plants.
Yes, let's start with the plants.
The plants.
Yes,
Asshole.
we will start with the plants. It's a garden party.
Woo!
So, the first thing I want
Are
to
you
talk
sure
about...
you want to talk about the? You want to talk about plants now? You don't want to leave it till later. Because lots of things can stem off from this subject.
We should actually talk about the plants now so that the conversation can take root.
Careful, Eris, you might soil yourself.
Good luck, everyone.
So was anyone else, first of all, lured into these plants thinking, look at the amount of detail on that. That's insane. These tiny little plants, and there's all this detail. And then they spawn in a human
Totally.
being next to it. And you're like, oh.
I was looking at that, and they were like, and here's all these, like, the fractal patterns on the plant. And I'm like, I mean, that's kind of cool. But how often am I gonna like walk up to the plant and look at it and be like, "Ooh, look at the fractal patterns on that plant," and like being like, "This is completely wasted and useless," because you're never going to want to get that close to the plants because they're a bunch of little tiny, like closet plants or office plants. They're office plants, not closet plants. Closet plants or
If you
something
put
else.
plants in closets, they die.
Details.
Not all of them.
Just most of them. And then they put the person there, and I'm like, oh,
It's like, oh,
I see
Okay.
now. These plants are giant.
they're freaking massive. Yeah.
Just a wee little bit big.
Oh man, that's really cool. And of course, that sort of reinforces the point from before. You will definitely notice all these weird little things they've done with the plants because they'll be enormous to you. So
Well, because they were saying, like, and here's all, like, they've got these lasers to cut out little laser patterns in the leaves. And you're like, but who's going to notice that? It looks like it's just a shadow on the leaf. And then they put the human there, and like, oh, okay, I see. So each hole that has been cut is the size of my head.
yeah,
Okay. Now I get
Yeah,
it.
you don't need
this
very small
purple one
lasers to
here
do
is the
that.
coolest one to me. The blue like spider veiny thing, and then also the carbon fiber pattern to the
Yeah.
leaf.
No, they're very cool.
Very nicely done.
Yeah.
They're all genetically modified as well to weed out the weaker ones.
Oh god.
I would
Really?
like someday I need to keep track of the just like dead silences that Shiver causes.
You probably
How many-
wouldn't want
no.
to do. You probably wouldn't want to do that. You'd probably break whatever thing you were using to count.
It's not my fault you were stumped.
Okay. So
We should probably cut this
Um,
conversation down.
anyway, what's this about? Well, these are going to be found in big greenhouses on Microtech, where they're doing a lot of work with bioengineering of plants to make them do all sorts of crazy shit.
The question I have actually about that is, are these going to be found in greenhouses, or are these going to be found scattered all about the actual area so that people have something to look at other than the sterile, empty environment that they live in?
Well, except we saw earlier that Microtech isn't going to be sterile. It's going to be. Oh, I see what you mean. Inside the domes. I think
Yes.
they'll probably be scattered all. I think they'll probably be scattered all over the place. But the domes will be big glass like things, so they're basically just giant greenhouses. Anyway, we have lots more. So why
There
don't we?
was that mention of a Vandal plant, which
Yeah.
threw
Yes.
me and a few other people off because aren't they meant to be nomadic? Unless
Well, do you think the Vandal plants are going to ficus?
Hmm.
So one thing to consider with the Vandal plant is it could have been recovered from the kingship where most of these size came from, because they are used as oxygen scrubbers. Think about
Yeah.
how much
Very possible.
organic support those ships have.
I mean, they could just be Vandal botanists. They need a hobby.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. Oh man. All right, let's move on from plants.
Yeah, I noticed that Dez is here. Dez showed up because of all the puns.
Hi, Des.
He's my plant in the audience.
Oh my god. So let's move on from
Sorry,
plant.
bud.
Okay. Let's talk the 300i.
It's a ship.
It is. The rework looks real good.
Yep. Not only
Like-
the 300i, this is the whole series.
Yeah. But
So,
the rework of
they're
all of
pretty.
it looks good.
350R looks just amazing. You'll see it in a few moments here. Yeah. Chris Smith did a beautiful job.
Yeah.
That's the 350R there.
I like
With the
that.
350R,
Go ahead.
go ahead.
DJ.
With the 350R, honestly, I wish they would have kept the older style rear end with the double engines. Yes, they did sort of do that, but when you compare the size of the engines on the base 300 series, they run the entire width of back of the ship. Now they've put a brake in the back of that, so it looks like you get two much smaller engines that won't have anywhere near the amount of thrust that the larger ones are able to produce. Generally, not too thrilled with it.
Makes sense.
Guys, I'm watching you in chat. I'm just gonna have to warn everyone to calm down with the puns, or Shiver might soil himself. So,
We already used that
I
one.
already said
oh,
that
did
one.
you?
Yeah.
Damn it! Sorry. My apologies. I wasn't listening to you.
I really liked also the how they showed all the different interiors. So that's kind of cool. You'd be
I
able to
like
swap
that
them
they
back and
show
forth.
all of the different, like, the different colors and the different seats, and being able to swap them out. Finally, that's good shit.
No, it looks great.
Yep.
And I mean, it always needed to be done, but I really do like the cargo elevator that they put in, because we needed some way to carry cargo on this ship since it's supposed to be.
Can still
Yeah,
remember, like, friggin' 5 years ago, people being like, here's the problem with the 300. There's nowhere for the cargo. Here are the solutions. One of the solutions is cargo elevator.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yep.
right from the beginning. And it's like, yeah, all right. Good. They did it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like how bubbly the design is. It's too bubbly. I want some sharp edges.
It's an origin ship.
I know, but it just seems to have gone from, curvy and sexy to a bit of a bubble. Just my personal.
I really like on the, is it the 300, 315?
325?
320, is the 325 the heavily armed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that at the front it's got like kind of two little boxes that come down and sort of surround the gun. Like, I really like the profile that gives. What's wrong, Shiver?
Nothing. Those hand motions are perfect. Keep doing them.
Oh, okay. I'm really tired.
Welcome to the relay station.
Yeah, I mean,
The good news
What-
is, this is a radio broadcast, and there's no video information.
Oh no, not at all.
yeah.
Eris was
Hi,
doing the
everybody.
universal symbol for honka honka.
Accidentally, yes. So with the origin, they also showed us something that they've shown off a little bit before, but they showed it off in a bit more detail this time. The subcomponent system of the so these are help me
The
the
components of the components.
but these are the these are power, aren't they?
The component. The example
I
given
actually-
was
Actually, I don't think I think I missed that part. Do you know what those components actually were? Were they shield generators or power?
I thought they were power generators.
They were
But-
power systems.
Yeah.
Power system.
So each of those is the power system, and then the subcomponents inside are those are what we're going to be swapping out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want to get your thoughts on this. So, Auto DJ, what are your thoughts on the subcomponents here?
I actually think it will be a fun system because, in part, this is what we are going to be using to tune these particular components. We'll be able to. They'll have their baseline stats and effects, and then with these subcomponents, you'll have one that will have a higher signature output, but have some other benefit to offset that. And that lets you balance and tune your items however you want. Generally, I'm looking forward to it.
Shiver?
Desmarius says, friendly tip, disengage power plant before exchanging subcomponents.
Never. Shiver, your thoughts?
Anyway.
I think the people who are going to concentrate or specialize in mechanics engineering, they're really going to dig extra bit of rather than just a user interface where it's like, oh, this is what I'm fiddling with, hit a couple of bars or something. You're going to have your character actually interact with something, something's going to open up, you're going to be able to physically take out the component, tune it, put it back in, swap it around and see it go back in. It's a really cool little touch.
Makara?
Yeah, pretty much. I just think it makes engineering gameplay much more interesting, as Shiver said, and also really lends a value to people who have experience with a given ship, knowing where that component is, what subcomponents are inside, what they might need to replace, because that even goes down to, hey, I can have this on my person, instead of leaving it in the cargo bay. I know that when this ship gets attacked, it usually blows, a power circuit in that reactor over there. So I already have that on me.
Yeah.
So
I like it, but I'm also slightly worried by it in that is this all we're going to have to fix? Is just like your power plant is damaged, just swap out one of these modules and it's fixed again. There's going to be more to it than that, right? Because I mean,
those are just the sub-components, so you've got to... They can be damaged independently of the main component housing. Housing itself will also probably be damaged or get damaged, and you've got to repair that, replace that, and then you've got the sub-components as well.
I'm
think it's
interested
more like
to
an
see
extra layer.
I'm interested to see the repairing the whole like housing unit. Because swapping those out, I can't imagine being that difficult. It's good gameplay. Like, you're hit by an EMP and a bunch of those short, and you have to go and repair those. Fine, but I want to know how much more. Is there going to be more with the whole housing itself being destroyed or damaged?
I think there should be. And then, on top of that, you also have... So you have, cascading systems as well. So, a lot of ships have multiple power generators,
Yeah.
right? So a lot of it on larger ships will be, again, as your engineer, knowing that, oh, we lost this system. It's powered by that generator, which is located here.
Yeah.
And the reason that our shields aren't working isn't because the shields are down. It's because the power to them is gone.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing. Also, hull damage is a whole separate thing that has to be fixed. And you also have to go outside, which is going to be interesting.
Now, another thing that might be interesting on ships that are large enough to have access to these components inside is, let's say you've got a bunch of components in for efficiency or for low heat emissions, right? To try and run slightly stealthy, to try and not be found, and then you're found and you're under attack, and you've got someone going back and trying to swap out certain ones to be more, I don't know,
Leaf.
like
Combat effective.
yeah, you might want to swap out a low output shield generator, or not the generator, but a low output shield component that was very low on heat output. Swap that out for something that'll give you a higher burst because you're in combat already, right?
And that's, again, coming down to the experience of your engineer.
Yeah. that to me,
wanting the
That
pilot to
potentially
lose
take
his
your
shield.
shield down.
it might. So you might
Yes.
want to be like, okay, well, we've got someone on the radar. You've got 20 seconds to get that shield off. Swap it out and pop it back in. Can you do it?
Also, one of those subcomponents going down might only partially disable the power generator. I'm not entirely sure. And in that case, your engineer would have to communicate with the pilot, like, hey, I need to take the entire ship down for 20
Yeah.
seconds to replace that component. When's a good time? So, yeah, no, I think the whole thing really, I mean, they have to do it well, just like all of the gameplay. They have to actually do the whole thing well. But I mean, what we've gotten so far shows they actually do have some good thoughts there behind gameplay, like what they did with mining, which I think is a great, first level. But I think that's definitely one of the things that they need to show more is gameplay systems there aren't a lot of them right now. So
Yeah. And
Needs to be more.
that's really what the game is waiting for. It's waiting for the game.
thanks, David.
No problem. Anytime. That's what I'm here for. So let's talk about something that's not gameplay system related, but is still pretty damn cool. There's caves.
Yeah.
And they're pretty cool looking caves.
So this one that we're seeing right now is very early. It's basically no textures at all, just like rocks.
Yeah.
And those layouts there, that was their very early procedural generation, seeing whether or not the actual tool will properly create systems.
Yeah.
The tunnels themselves are this was very early. The tunnels in between the caverns are not like that anymore, obviously, because they were just straight there. This is all cave entrances right here.
Yeah. It's kind of like their room system, right? It just...
This was the proof of concept with the room system.
Yeah.
I also love the caves inside tree trunks. I think that was having tree trunks as an entrance to a cave is a really
fantastic.
Cool idea.
Yes.
Yeah, really cool idea.
I'm really happy
How
that they're...
three-dimensional the caves will be. Will there be sudden drops and big shifts up, and it will need specialized mountain climbing or whatever equipment
That would be cool.
to traverse them?
Well, I'm hoping you'll need specialized mountain equipment and stuff, or I'm hoping that there are going to be caves that are big enough for you to fly a small ship into.
They did already say they intend to have caves big enough to fly ships into.
But
Because then they can also put them in asteroids and stuff too, which should be really neat.
it's good stuff. This is This is some of that tech that like they talked about ages and ages and ages ago of like, oh, we're not sure if we can do it. Back when they were first figuring out the planet system. And now they can do it.
And I mean, even fairly recently, like I don't even think caves were on their radar a year ago. This is pretty much.
Caves were on their radar a good long while ago because the instant they got procedural planets done, the community was asking, are you guys going to be able to do caves?
Yeah.
And they said, we are not sure yet. We have not developed that technology.
Yeah.
Which was a good indication of we plan to, but we don't know.
That's fair. One of the things that they had to say right away early on was that due to the way the planets are generated, they can't build them into the procedural generation of the world itself. Like when it does the first pass, they can't have caves,
Yeah.
but they can add them using this tool. So yeah.
You just need to build a new tool. It's Star Citizen is all about building tools to build more tools to build.
Hey, what are you saying?
I mean, the way they approached it as well was quite genius. They said they used the corridor system from the truck stop,
Yep.
which is why the caves look so neat, small, tidy, 90-degree angles. And then they modified that tool that was already in existence to adapt to caves, which saves a lot of time rather than reinvent the wheel.
Yep.
Just yeah. It's
Well,
things
and-
like that it has these knock-on effects.
I particularly like the addition of caves because they're going to be thing that will incentivize exploration more. Like they can hide more stuff in caves, and also it gives more of a reason to look around the surface of planets. Like, let's try and find a cave system to go and spelunk through. It gives it makes it so you're not just on the surface of the planet and there might be some buildings. It adds that, okay, now we're going down. And it feels better almost. I don't know.
Well, you can go.
It gives
you can go down,
explorers
you can go
something
around.
else that they are. Oh, go ahead, sure.
Well, it's just that they've now got that extra. I'm going to have to say the pun without really trying to do the pun of. They've now got that extra depth where you can go straight underneath the planet. You can
Yeah.
go into the sky, or you can just go across the entire thing as far as your character can see, and then more.
Yeah.
So, go ahead.
Well, if people are going to want to spend their entire time in one star system, there's going to be a group of people who want to stay on one particular planet. And this is going to give them an incentive to come in every day and say, well, I haven't explored off to the east. What's in the east? And then they just find this massive cave network. And, ooh, we can use this for something.
I mean, let's be very clear. There's going to be a whole lot of people that say, I mean, it's going to take me 4 hours to get off the planet, so I might as well just explore the planet.
4 hours is an exaggeration.
Slight.
Took me an hour to get here. I'm damned if I'm going after 10 minutes.
It used to take an hour to leave the planet in a reclaimer.
No, it took 20 minutes.
Told you a billion times. Don't exaggerate, Eris.
Anyway, I wanted to mention also, like, one of the things that really added to the potential for exploration gameplay on planets was the addition of the land claim system, as much as it is a bit of a meme at this point. Because, explorers can sell, their information about a piece of land for profit. This really adds to that in that there can be a cave on a piece of land, which can add a lot to, but they don't know, they don't know unless they actually go explore the cave, whether or not it's actually adds anything to the value of the land. But if it's full of gold, then maybe.
Well, and you have to wonder, will there be minerals that will only be in caves that you have to go and mine from caves, or will there be
Or just particularly rich deposits even.
yeah.
What if they could do like this whole story element where you find a map to hidden treasure from this one-eyed space pirate, and all the cave is booby-trapped and things?
That
seen that.
definitely is an
I've never
option
seen that.
with the way they developed it.
I think that's a little too unrealistic. I don't think anyone would buy that.
You know people would buy that.
I know people would lap that up like
Uh-huh.
beer.
Like a true Canadian.
I'm so tired. So tired.
Oh man.
Yeah. So I think there's one more cave video.
So this was pretty cool. Did we talk about the mantling and stuff?
Oh no, we can here. Mantling.
This is good. This is good too. What they were talking about here is they wanted to, like, these are the environment guys, right? They actually built this course for themselves so they better understood how what the current state of the characters was and what they could build into their environments for them to traverse. Because it would be really stupid
One
if
thing to
they...
keep in mind with the mantling video is they had actually shown that one to us on Around the Verse about 8 months ago.
Yeah, yeah. But what they were talking about there was that was part of an experiment for them to see what the current capabilities of the characters were, so that they could build in, some of those actions into the caves.
So that you can mantle in the caves and you can climb up in the caves for places that, because they're not making it like, oh, here's some steps down into this cave. Excellent. I love it when my caves have naturally formed human foot-sized steps.
That would be amazing. One of the things they were showing there at the end of this clip was that even if you manage to have the exact same cavern room in two procedurally generated caves, all of those orange boxes are secondary procedural elements, so they're generated separately from the cavern itself, so they'll be different. So it wouldn't look the same, even if it was the same cavern. Kind of cool.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
like
it's
in-
good stuff.
In that part there, he's talking about how there's possibility that a boulder could be placed in between that column and the wall, so you actually couldn't move through that space, even though you normally can. Yeah, that kind of thing. Anyway, onwards and upwards. Or downwards in this case.
Yes, more caves.
Don't dig yourself into a hole.
Yeah.
I think these are a bunch of the different prototypes and how the lighting and stuff works, and
Yeah.
they look really good. It's also one thing that's kind of, you got to remember is while we're sitting here watching this, like they've lit everything. All the previous videos are lit so that they can see what's going on, right? But we'll have scenes like this in the caves, or scenes of pure darkness, and you got to carry a light, and then who knows what kind of giant cave spiders will. You know what I would actually be really, really freaking nice, and I'm gonna put this out right now to CIG. I mean, I know that somewhere in the verse you're going to have enemies that are shaped like spiders, because that is just, it is universal in every single video game I've ever played.
Well,
even the racing games, there's always an enemy spider somewhere, and I hate it. It would be really, really nice, though, to go down into a cave and not have spider enemies. Because there's always spiders in caves. Always.
So you're
And-
saying no spiders in Star Citizen?
No cave
Garrus,
spiders.
I have a bit of advice for you. Completely avoid the Kurthak.
I don't like spiders.
Oh my. Well, we already have the crouch spiders, so
I know, and I don't like them.
yeah, I don't like
Fed up with
either.
spiders. I've actually,
Well,
there have been a couple games that I've been playing, and then I get to a part where there's just giant spiders attacking, and I'm like, nah, I'm done. I'll play something else. And I quit, and I never played again. I've done it.
Well, I don't
number of
like
times.
spiders, but I enjoy killing them because I'm like, take that, spiders.
But it's when they, like, friggin' what was Metro? The most recent Metro game gave me a shit ton of problems because like there's points where like there's cobwebs, and if you don't light them on fire in time, like a giant like spider just crawls on your arm, and it's this and it just creeps the fuck out. I don't like it. You know, no. House Flipper. House Flipper is a silly game, and it's got cockroaches that you have to clean up sometimes. And it's got an option in the menu to turn those cockroaches into shards of glass for people that don't like cockroaches. Cass turned it on.
The shards of glass run around.
They don't. They're static. They turn it into like I would really like that.
That would be funnier.
That consideration would be better if the shards of glass were moving all over the place. But
Yeah.
that kind of consideration for people that don't like spiders. Like instead of giant spider enemies, they're pink furry teddy bears that are attacking you with fanged teeth. Like I'd prefer that.
Okay.
How's that?
So my thought on that matter is there will actually be an option in lore that will enable you to do that. You just have to have the appropriate cybernetics installed in your brain or eyes, or take the appropriate drugs.
I will be all over those drugs, let me tell you.
Helmet, activate pussy mode now.
Yes, please.
Also, how amazing does that cave wall look?
It looks phenomenal.
Right?
It actually vaguely makes me feel like playing something almost out of Subnautica because of the lighting and the movement.
Yeah, it looks. And this is my problem with Star Citizen. It's like it always looks stupid good. Like
Yeah, that's
just
the
about.
problem.
It is. It's a problem. It's like, okay, how many weeks in a row can I say that looks really good? Because
Every
it's been
week
about
in a row.
5 years in
How
a
many
row.
years has the project been going on?
Yeah, exactly.
I've been saying it every week for about 5 years now, and I need to start finding some new words.
The beauteousness of this wonderfulness is amazingness. There you go.
You could always check the spectrum and go to thesaurus.com.
The shine and luster of those cave walls brings tears to my eyes.
I was hoping you'd go with something more creative than eyes, but okay.
I was gonna think about something with face hole orbs, but
Okay.
I'm tired.
Ocular implants.
Yes, ocular hole things. The squishy bits in the face.
Do you think
Tasty eye or tasty face candy.
exploration drones like Prometheus?
I think the Carrack is too big as an exploration ship. I think whatever the Carrack's exploration little ship that they have would better. I would really, really hope that you can get like a cave variant to like maybe like more heavily armored and slower, something to explore caves in specifically. I think that would be really cool. And then, you know, the whole Star Wars reference of land on an asteroid and fly into a giant cave and get eaten by a...
It turns out to be, EU.
I appreciate ESP RPG's comment.
Not another ship type. It's another ship...
I mean,
It's another ship variant.
it does
Something else that I can
Shit.
spend the base's income on.
It could just be a commodity, you know, fit and size drone that you just chuck and it 3D maps the cave system, and then that's put on your Moby Glass, and you can choose to share that with friends. Very much like the way DRG presents its map.
Yeah. I mean, that is something that, It's another one of those things that I hate to say it, but CIG did promise us a long, long, long time ago was drones. One of the things that they had said they wanted to do, or that they were going to do, was give us miniature model ships that we could fly as drones in our hangars.
They did not promise that.
They said they didn't promise.
No. They said we were thinking we might do this, and we're seeing if we can do it.
I didn't say they
In the
promised.
hangars.
I said that they
You
wanted
said
to do
they
it.
promised.
Yes, you
You
did.
said it was a promise that they made.
Did I say promise?
The Carrack has a drone.
You did say promise.
The Carrack
I
does
thought I
have a drone
amended
bay.
it to something that they wanted to do. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm tired.
That being said, we do already have drones in game, depending upon which particular type of ship you're flying. The Reclaimer has drones, for example.
In game now? They're not in
game
yet.
now,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
correct.
it's going to have. There are going to
there's
be drones. They've
lots of
talked.
drones coming.
Yeah, they've
Lots of
talked
drones.
about repair drones and mining drones and salvage drones and various things, but I want like a little tiny explorer drone that
Yes.
looks like a Carrack, so I can fly my mini Carrack through caves.
Does the Carrack not have mini drones? I thought it did.
Yeah, Carrack's got a drone bay.
Yeah, it does have a drone bay. Okay, so there
Yeah.
will be exploration.
And I
drones.
want my mini Carrack drone to be shaped like a Carrack.
Oh, totally.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Also, you own probably one of the droniest ships there is. The Reclaimer, I think, has tons
Yes.
of drones. The other ship with tons of drones is the Orion,
Yeah.
mining drones.
Carrier has arrived.
Uh-huh. Yep. There's definitely going to be people doing the classic Protoss. They'll be playing Protoss music as they fly in with their drone spewing ship.
I'm just wondering whether or not someone's going to be in a minefield or something. Fleet of drones out there doing whatever. And then there's this other ship that just comes in and starts having a go at them, saying, "You shouldn't be flying those drones here."
This is a restricted area.
Yeah, not allowed to do that here.
And then 3 seconds later, that ship just manages to find its way into the giant, like, spinning death thing at the front of the Orion.
So we've got a couple other things that we're gonna show off as videos for this week, just before we get to questions. Which
Yeah.
keep in mind, ask us some questions. We've only got 4 right now, and if I don't get any more questions, I'm gonna sing "Kumbaya,"
Ooh, good. So I just
and
wanted
I don't know
to,
the words.
I wanted to properly attribute some of these videos. Because I did steal a lot of them from Reddit, so that's probably not a bad idea.
I think I just killed Shiver.
You did. I don't know why that tickled me, but that tickled me.
Well, tickling Shiver is like right up there. Highest priority.
It's step 1.
Yeah.
Don't
pretty
do
much.
shiver.
All right, so the railgun video was from Mr. D-Dan on Reddit, and I mean it's just pretty great. Honestly, who doesn't want a shoulder-mounted railgun?
It's very pretty. I don't want one though.
Why not? You can shoot down ships with your railgun.
I don't want to shoot down ships. I'm a nice guy.
So,
What
You'd
about
rather
trespassing on
just
your
puncture someone in the chest with a railgun.
interestingly, this
nice-
beautiful video of their Reclaimer is beautiful video of their Reclaimer is also by Mr. D-Dan on Reddit.
It's such a good ship.
Mm-hmm. I think one of the biggest successes for ship design in Star Citizen was the Reclaimer.
I've said it before and I'll say it over the next 10 years. The Reclaimer is the first ship to me that was like, okay, they're doing something different with Star Citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Oh, that
I love it.
just that ship. Oh. Okay, sorry. And there's a couple of others. Let me find them. Oh god, I wish these would like stay at the size that I want them to.
That'd be nice.
So, Auto DJ, I'm not sure if your photoreceptors are hooked up to this, but what do you think of stuff that comes out by Mr. Hasgaha like this one, or the stuff by Adidas like those last two videos? Just the stupid talented artists, essentially.
I both hope that they get hired by CIG and hope that they never get hired by CIG. Because the moment that they get hired by CIG, the community as a whole loses some of our greatest assets and voices for the game, as far as the beauty of it. However, when they do get hired by CIG as part of the cinematics team, we will be treated to absolutely amazing cinematics at various places through both the single-player and multiplayer games. So I'm really torn on it. I absolutely love the work that they produce, however.
Yeah. So that first picture, the crash site, was Mr. Hasgaha. This one is just what a player was standing in his the hallway of his damaged retaliator. This is the Ryan Sellers, and I just love this shot because it's like a natural gameplay shot. You'll just see it's pretty great. And someone created this gorgeous shot of Daymar.
It's just gorgeous. Like, it's just gorgeous.
So this was Nevekliak on Reddit. And this one is by Yul Keke. Yul Keke on Reddit. And this is such a great shot. It's not quite as easy to see here. Obviously, we're broadcasting over Twitch. These plants in the foreground have amazing detail to them. It's just a beautiful shot. Yeah. We're slowly but surely getting into the getting more into the game part of the game.
Those flowers are blooming good.
Okay, sure. This is a sneak peek from this week.
What is it?
Computer chips.
Are we finally going to be able to replace the computers in our ships?
Probably not yet, but this was what it'll look like when you do. Again, extreme detail on this thing. The original image, I think, is in 4K. So
extreme detail on just everything in Star Citizen.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just one of the stupid little things that only a few of us would be so picky enough to notice are the texture works and how they seamlessly blend together. I haven't seen a seam between the different textures yet, whereas other games you can go, that's where it starts, that's where it ends. There's a new one, and then there's that one where it's like they just kind of dropped the ball there and went, fuck it, I'm done, fuck this, I want to go home.
Probably the best I've ever seen in a released game in terms of blending biomes together is Red Dead Redemption 2. They did a masterful job in that
Minecraft. Game. Phenomenal.
Right.
Have you ever seen Skyrim's? I've literally had it before where I've been looking on the screen, it's like, this side is raining and this side is perfectly sunny. And you're like, really? Fucking really?
We get that in Canada.
That actually happens in Hawaii.
We get that all the time. It's Shiver, there are places in the world that do get sun. I know that might seem hard to believe. I actually... yeah, I've sat there and looked at like rain like over there and sun over there. It happens.
Not in a straight line.
Not in a straight line, no, but
Yes, in a straight line.
not. Yeah,
That
it
actually does happen.
it does. It does. Okay.
So this was like think of the last shot I gave you, David, and this was the van. Oh well, except for the roadmaps.
Yeah, I
this
switched
is,
over.
The Vanguard. Oh, okay. That last shot was the Vanguard Warden by YulKK as well on Reddit.
So let's quickly go over the roadmaps and then to questions.
Basically, the main deal with the roadmaps this week is they delayed a bunch of stuff. Only two things on the Star Citizen roadmap, which are player locomotion. Wow.
Nice.
Locomotion improvements on stairs and also player swimming. I can definitely see why they would delay player swimming. We don't really need it right now. Yeah.
We will need it when the 890 jump goes live.
Yes.
Not if it's just a paddling pool.
Well, that's a good point.
I would like it to be a fishing pool. I would like them to drop swimming entirely and focus 100% on fishing.
That would be
I'm going
really
to take that
silly.
one step further.
Can you
I'm
imagine
gonna
me
hope
this
it's a-
like? Go ahead.
I hope it's a fission pool, and that's where the power plant is.
And the fish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fish in pool.
Yeah.
So can you imagine we have this incredibly immersive game where you can kind of do anything and you can go anywhere, and then the moment you touch water, you just die.
Yeah.
It's
GTA's
called GTA 5.
GTA's 1 through 5. Can you imagine? Here's my thing. Can you imagine having a game all about boats on the ocean and sailing boats on the ocean and visiting multiple islands and like jumping and swimming through beautifully rendered waters with like fish and life underneath and being a pirate and singing sea chanties and whatnot, and then not being able to fish?
Yeah, I can imagine that game is not very good.
It's really bad.
I was
throwing it
actually
out
quite
there.
impressed. I've actually been playing a game that is tied to Star Citizen. I'm currently playing Kingdom Come Deliverance at long last. And I've been really impressed so far. Great game. They did a beautiful job. And it has fishing. So, I mean, that makes it a good game.
Speaking of fishing, you know the game that you were describing where you can be a pirate?
Mm-hmm.
You can fish in that now.
Yes, I know. They added fishing finally a year later.
After saying they weren't going to add fishing.
Yeah,
Took
after
them a while to tackle it.
Oh, God. That was beautiful. Oh, man, that was something to behold right there.
Really?
Didn't they just add it for the halibut?
oh my god.
Oh, no.
I-
Oh.
Welcome to the cast. Cast.
You know what? If I were a stronger and better person, I would reel the two of you in and stop this. You two are just yeah.
Okay. So,
Way
you know,
to wail on.
they made general improvements to 3.6. They're, you know, on their way. They are not super close, which is probably why they started delaying things. Because, I mean, they need to go to Evocati in about a week and a half here. So, yeah.
And much on the squadron side.
Oh, yeah, and it should also be mentioned that 3.5.1 is currently even Evocati. So, probably be out soon. On the squadron side of things, so this is where we saw a lot of delays in the Q2. FPS, realistic firing got delayed, grenades delayed, stealth delayed, player swim and player locomotion improvements on stairs delayed.
Weapon and item customization delayed. Beta Q2 2020.
Well, they haven't moved that yet.
No, yet.
It's going to get moved.
It's gonna.
On the plus side, they are. I don't know. The chapters seem to be going fairly well, so that's a bonus. I still think they're going to not quite get there in time, but I mean,
Beta
you know, it's
Q4
coming.
2020,
Yeah,
release Q2
So-
2021.
yeah, summer 2021. Probably. I mean, we hope. But I mean, if they can spend a year polishing the main game, which I actually think they totally should, I would be totally okay with it.
Quick round table. Are you going to play the beta?
No,
No.
there's no reason to play a beta of a single player game.
Sure
I
is
fucking
going
would.
to.
I fucking would. Right in there, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I honestly, I still think that it should not be an open beta.
I also think so.
I think
I don't
if
think
you
it's
want
going
to
to be
play,
open, is it?
I don't. We don't know. We didn't hear anything about it. What I think they should do is it can be in beta, and people. I think at the absolute outside most that the most they should be able to do is go to CIG Studios and play.
I think they should make it Evocati and have every single. I think they should have a number on every single person's thing,
They
and
do.
anyone that leaks that gets prosecuted and gets their account shut down entirely.
Prosecute somebody. But
Sure, you can.
Well,
I don't think it's a
maybe.
criminal offence.
Well, not
It
prosecuted, but
actually is because of breaking the NDA that you signed.
It's not a
It
criminal
is a
offence.
civil
That's a
offense.
civil offense.
civil. Yeah, not prosecuted, but taken to court for civil whatever. I don't know.
The
I'm
thing,
tired.
I don't even know if they should do that. Part of me thinks that they should just have entirely internal
No,
testers.
I think they should do it just to say a huge fuck you to everyone that's been leaking shit all along that is breaking NDAs, because I detest people that are breaking NDAs, and I want them to suffer. An NDA is
I
a
can
contract
understand.
between you and a company. It's something that you signed onto and swore that you would do.
David,
and
David,
you're
this is an unnecessary rant.
I can understand your point of view, and I can see where you're coming from, but I simply don't think CIG have numbers to do something like that.
Oh,
I
they
mean,
don't, but-
they could outsource to someone else to beta test it, but why spend the money when there is literally 2 million people salivating at the bit to get
Yeah.
on there and
I'm just
do
really
it. So
worried the whole game gets spoiled.
Yeah, let
it already
people do
has
it.
been spoiled. You can go and read the plot now.
Oh, well, I guess it hasn't been spoiled well enough for me to actually go find it.
Okay. I can keep my answer. Thank you for letting me keep my answer, Nitro. I appreciate that. Okay. We got a hell of a lot of questions. It's time. Here we go. Desmarius, did they say when the first iteration of the ship customization would be available for testing? No.
I don't think I heard that. I'm pretty sure
They
it's
did
coming.
not.
I'm pretty sure it's coming with 35.1. Or they've
It was
still
implied, wasn't it?
It was implied. It was implied. It
Never
wasn't said
outright.
outright. So maybe 351 or maybe some indeterminate time in the future.
But we will be getting 10 million people on a server.
Yep. That was confirmed.
So 10 billion.
The look on his face was just amazing.
Fastcart
Good job.
asks,
Good job,
Eris,
Sean.
what's the best beer to lap up? Probably a black IPA.
I'd love to
Is
answer
it 3/5
that.
better?
Yeah, about that. Bryce Arena asks, do you think the utility tool will have a Batman claw so you can ascend and descend into and out of caves? No, but it will have shark repellent.
Is he alive?
Fastcart. Speaking of things CIG promised, Whatever happened to cross chassis downgrades? Does anyone remember those?
Yeah. I mean, can we not do that currently?
No,
No, we cannot.
you can melt,
Okay.
and that's it.
Oh, just melt and rebuy. I mean, does the same thing essentially.
Except for the insurance values.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know. I'm probably pissing off a whole bunch of people here, but I personally don't see that as a huge priority.
Agreed. All these crazy people spending thousands of monies on ships.
All these crazy people spending thousands. Like all of us on here.
I don't know about you, but I haven't spent a single dime of my money on this. All of it's come from the base's coffers, so...
Oh, really?
A friendly spider asks, how much to sit on your head?
$1 billion.
Hey, Ernest, there is a friendly spider attempting to sit on your head and asking for money to do so.
It can't do it. My head
Suddenly,
is my
all I
own.
can think of is the number of spiders the average human will eat throughout their lifetime in their sleep.
0. I duct tape my mouth shut every night so that they can't get in.
Oh, so they're going
Actually,
into
you're
your
not
nose.
ever going to eat a spider in your sleep.
No.
I went to sleep. I had a glass of Coke once. I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and there
You're
was
not supposed to have
fucking
Coke by the glass,
humongous
Shiver.
spider. Well, I'm polite.
Okay.
And there was this fucking humongous spider that had drowned in my glass of Coke. And I was
Oh,
like,
nice.
And you drank it
was
anyway.
it was like had a bit of a hairy taste. But it looked like a fucking face hugger.
That's where the ideas for facehuggers came from. Spiders with tails who shove their wigwam down your throat.
Nice.
Vitus
Oh,
asks...
Can I take
sorry.
a moment?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I take a brief pause?
Go.
So it took some time and some effort, but the crowdfunding development spreadsheet is back online. And it is actually accurate for funds again. A couple notes about that. We don't have the data filled in yet for citizens. That's going to take some time. But it is live updating citizens again, so that's okay. And in November of last year, CIG stopped reporting the UEE fleet number on there. I told CIG that it wasn't updating anymore and didn't hear anything else. Like, they acknowledged that it wasn't and didn't hear anything else back. It's still not updating, so we're assuming they're not tracking it anymore.
Or at
But
least
regardless-
not giving us info on it.
A lot of people were asking to get that funding spreadsheet back, and it is back, and all the data that we missed in the interim is in there, so the funds are all correct for the last couple months. Yay!
Was the gentleman who was actually tracking that data able to provide that, or did you guys still have to do it manually?
So actually thank you very much. I was just about to say, first of all, thank you very much to Corey Close, who was the guy who is working on our the automation for that spreadsheet to automatically fill in the data. He was able to get that all fixed. And then also thank you to I'm totally going to butcher this name. I apologize. Athansius, who actually had the only working tracker left in the entire Star Citizen community, and he was able to provide me with the raw data to update the spreadsheet. So that was awesome. Thank you very much. So, yeah, we're getting her back up and running. Yay!
Excellent. Back to questions. Vitus asks, will they have dedicated shipyards for the repair or building of ships? Yes. I don't know if they'll be
Without a
like
doubt.
player owned, but there will definitely be AI shipyards that you can go to. There's a whole bunch of them in lore inverse already anyway, where all of the ships are built. And CIG has said many times that ships are built in a place and those ships require materials to build. There is a shipyard to build them. There's the trade lanes to bring the materials that the shipyards require to build the ships. There, everything is there, and you can actually probably order a ship and then go to a shipyard and watch maybe not your ship, but a ship being built.
Go ahead.
They'll probably be able to build missions around that play as well. You know, it's like we've decided to build a retribution over orbit of Earth. There is a bonus on shipping materials related to construction for it.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention one of the places we're definitely going to be probably. I mean, we definitely should be seeing this. Orison, the landing zone, that whole lattice work of like floating station / city above Crusader is a shipyard for Crusader Industries. That's where they build the Genesis Starliner. That's where they build the Starlifter and all of the other Crusader ships.
And we've speculated for a long while after some concept art was shown a couple of years ago, actually, but there will probably be set pieces, or at least in either Squadron 40, one of the Squadron games, you'll probably see the Retribution being like there's one being built.
We saw that scene, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be seeing the Retributions being built, or a Retribution being built at a shipyard. So yeah, there will be shipyards. We'll see them. It'll be good. Triangularity asks, can we please get Auto DJ coded into a voice pack with voice attack?
That's already been done.
Excellent.
Really?
No,
Yeah,
that was a
I've just been waiting for the commands to settle down.
Oh, yeah.
The audio has already all been recorded.
Excellent.
Perfect.
Shiver has been saying for years that he wants to record one with me yelling at people. I'm really not sure if that's a good idea, but
I think that would be amazing.
I 100%.
How are your shields on, you moron? Just
Why are you flying like I fly? Come on, you piece of crap. I'm sorry.
that'd be perfect. Go with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I again, once the commands for flying have settled down a bit, yeah, we will probably do a relay voice attack.
The issue I have is I don't know how the packs that you could, go to a professional site, the HCS ones, and buy them. I don't know how they're set up, because I could have a list of commands, but then you would have to bind what you want to them, or I could have them pre-bound and then include an XML, and then you'd have to change your commands, and then you'd have to change the commands in the voice attack, and it's like, what the fuck am I supposed to do for you people to make it so you can just use it?
We'll figure it out. We will figure it out. So Nitro Totally Not Tony Stark Typat asks, now that we're getting subcomponents and computer chips, when do I get to solder my ship together in a cave with a box of scraps?
That's 4.7.
Okay. No, they've actually correct me if I'm wrong on this, but CIG have actually said you'll never be able to like custom build your own ship. It will always be one of the ships that they've built that you will be getting. You'll never be able to like Frankenstein together a ship of your own. Mm-hmm. The tech just doesn't allow for it.
No, and yeah, it would cause problems.
What's this? Fast Card is asking me how true a GIF is.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if I can give me 1 second. This has absolutely nothing to do with Star Citizen, but I'm going to do it anyway. If I can. Fastcart
Did you
asks, it's not. quite-
Nitro is asking
Oops.
me. Well, Nitro is disappointed you didn't get his reference in the last question. He said he's totally not Tony Stark, and then described the plot of Iron Man 1.
Oh, I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
you don't have to be sad anymore, Nitro.
Apparently this is rare footage of a Canadian being born, and Fastcart wants to know how true this is.
It's very true. I've seen
Yes.
Video.
That is how we are born. Mm-hmm. Except it was worse for me because I was born in goalie pads and the hole wasn't big enough, so I drowned. Fortunately,
That's unfortunate.
fortunately, they had a good supply of maple syrup on hand to restart my heart, and everything was okay.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me.
Yeah. Okay. Agent 121370 asks, what do you guys think the Carix modular pods can be switched to? Auto DJ, any thoughts on the Carix modular pods?
You're going to have a cargo variant, you're going to have a research variant. There will be a number of them. You're definitely going to have the research types, science types, probably living quarters. Those are going to be the main ones.
Weapons pod?
I don't expect a weapons pod.
Okay.
Sensor suite, extended drone range.
Yeah. There's so much they can do with so many of the ships. One of the biggest disappointments I have is actually that they've never really fleshed out the Tallies. The Tallies suite of.
What'll happen eventually?
Base.
The focus will come back around.
Yeah, I love the Tally. One of the ships I really want someday is a Tally, and they
Come on
haven't.
mine.
I don't know. It's gonna smell funny.
All right, don't come on mine. Just visit mine.
Okay, that's fine. That's better. Tilu asks, did we ever hear of a ship hardpoint or gun flashlight? It would be really cool to have a functional set of searchlights on a ship, either as a multi-crew station thing or as a turret weapon slot. Hello? Hello? Can you hear me? Okay. That's good. Well, hey everyone. I don't know what happened to Discord, but apparently it's just me now. There's I'm all alone. Nobody here beside me. Oh, hello. Wait, is someone coming back? Apparently they're not. I don't know what's going on. Sorry, guy. Okay. Okay. Oh my.
Hear us?
Hello. Ha.
Greetings.
How many fingers am I holding up?
13.
Hello, yeah, we're back! Yay!
Hey, Triangularity, that is not on us. That was Discord.
That is about our professional level, though. It's about
I have no idea what happened there. That's pretty excellent, though.
I think
You're
Discord,
listening to The Base. We're professionals.
So did you guys when did it cut off for you? Did you guys hear the question?
Never did. I had to just leave and come back. I could hear you all the time,
Oh, that's
and
weird.
everyone else.
Yeah, no, and I never
Dennis, it
actually
only cut
lost
off
you.
for you.
I think it only I think it was only on your end,
That's really
and also
strange.
on the viewer's end as well, because
Yeah.
Twitch was frozen. So yeah,
Drawback of living vicariously through Eris.
Yeah.
we're talking about flashlights on gun hard points.
Or like searchlights for turrets.
Yeah, I could definitely see that on a search and rescue ship for sure.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
I
But
could
have we
see
heard
it.
anything from CIG about?
No,
No.
not that I've ever heard of.
I could see it
But
being
it's
a small add-on to like a weapon, like a modification to
You're
a
a-
weapon, but
Yeah, I mean, actually, I could see them making like a searchlight item. So you have two weapons on a gun port or on a turret port.
yeah.
I could see you being able to put like one or two searchlights on there. Totally.
Yeah.
Also, that would be really handy if you could blind your opponent and shoot them at the same time. Anyway,
It would. Guns and Glue asks, how do you feel about not being able to have guns and cargo capacity on the new bikes? Should we be able to use guns while riding ground vehicles to compensate for a lack of weapon hardpoints on ground vehicles?
you can't have everything you want.
Can't always get what you want.
he has got a valid point. In that it would be quite, from a realistic standpoint, it would be a bit strange if you couldn't just rest your hand on one of the handlebars and shoot. I mean, they do it in Warhammer 40,000, but from a game
Yes,
point,
from a realistic,
gameplay point, it's-
from a realism perspective, let's take that bastion of fact and
You're right.
historical correctness, Warhammer 40,000.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But I saw this documentary once with Arnold Schwarzenegger where he was riding on a Harley Davidson and a shotgun, and there was this pickup truck chasing him in some sewer channel, and he
So-
did it successfully.
I'm gonna say I'm 100% open to the idea of them making it so that you can pull out a gun and shoot, but the moment you do, I want your handling to get twice as bad on the bike.
From recoil, yeah.
Well, not just from recoil, but from you've only got one hand on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Like-
I know what I mean. Sorry, I thought you meant while you were aiming, your driving was fine, but as soon as you fired it, you went off.
No, like it's
from-
as soon as you've got a gun in one hand and it's not on
Yep.
the wheel, I want you to crash and die.
Especially if like if you're driving on a road, fine.
Yeah,
But if you're driving across rough terrain and you're trying to control with one hand, you should have a hard time.
you should be dead. Otto, what do you think?
I'm looking forward to seeing how they implement it. I fully and completely expect them to. The reason that they have not put much more effort into it at this point in time, as said on the subscribers live ATV the other week, or I'm sorry, Star Citizen Live, was specifically they have not done the animations for that system yet. That is where the choke point is going to be because of the overhead of having to do all of the animations for that particular system. And animations cost overhead and budget.
Yep. It's
That's-
one of those things that they'll get to. It doesn't make sense for them not to, but there's also no real need for it now.
They might not get to it until beta.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Fastcart asks, when are you expecting 3.5.1 to go live?
This week. Almost certainly. Because they're going to have to put 3.6 to Evocati next week. Like the week after, I mean.
3.6 I'm excited to try.
Yes, because of the
What
hover
day?
mode.
Vaskar asks, what day?
Oh,
Day ending with Y.
Thursday. Thursday.
Well, I can't disagree with Nakara, so I'm going to say Thursday too because it's Nakara.
I'm going to say Wednesday evening at 12:01 a.m.
Which time zone?
I don't know. The one that makes it Thursday.
Okay, anyway.
I am going to say NDA.
Oh,
there we
fair
go.
enough.
Haramis asks a good one. Yeah, okay. I believe last week's Star Citizen Live, Disco said that they wanted to bring some subscriber stuff to the Persistent universe. Do you think that we'll get less video content or less development information in exchange for subscriber perks? Does this maybe mean that CI is trying to slowly transform from a development subscription to a Persistent universe deluxe experience? It's a good question. It's something that I worried about last week. One of the fundamental early tenets of Star Citizen was that anything in Star Citizen would still be able to be got in game, even if you got it, like if you purchased it or got it through a subscriber perk, it would still be available somewhere in game. And by the wording Disco used last week, by the pure, this is the wording he used, it sounded like they were going to make these new subscriber things exclusive only to subscribers, which to me starts putting this on a that's now pay for cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
Exclusive
Which
cosmetics.
I still think is going to happen.
Maybe it will happen. Maybe it should happen if they're
as long
just
as long as it's just cosmetics.
As long as it's just cosmetics. but here's, as long as it's just cosmetics, I don't even have a problem with it. What I don't like is not knowing. Is this a shift in what they're doing? Are they going to make it so that subscriber perks are now only for subscribers? One, tell us that. Tell us that these things that the subscribers are getting now, if you don't get it now, you're never going to be able to get it. Because then I can call them out and say, hey, that's friggin' bullshit. Because it's bad. But that's my
And
thought.
The other part of the question, bringing subscriber stuff at the cost of video content, no, because they're two completely unrelated things.
Yeah.
And that said, the video content has gotten better this year. Again, it dropped off for a while, and now it's back to being a little bit better.
Also, I have to give everyone who's watching right now who hasn't seen this week's Star Citizen Live should watch it. It's really good. Like, it's an hour of diving through caves. It's a lot of fun. And also how they got to where they are.
Yeah.
Because they started out with like no textures, basic, like not even any rocks. It was just like tunnels through the world. Next question.
No, Auto DJ, what do you think?
Oh, sorry, Otto.
Generally, I don't see too terribly much of an issue with it. That being said, they also have already stated that they don't know what the plan is because they have a few options that they are exploring, and both of them are pretty vastly differential, and as such, they can't give us anything to work with at this present time.
I don't
Because
like
if they do come up with something like that, they end up with the freelancer issue of you're going to piss half the people off. However, you never miss what you never had. So by not telling us, they're generally making life easier for everyone involved.
Except when they've now changed it so the only way to get these things is by being a subscriber, and they never let anyone know. After a long period of time where a lot of people stopped subscribing because their content for subscribers was shit.
Question.
But the thing is, you can also still purchase all of the old subscriber perks for far less than actually subscribing.
Yes. As long as they keep that, then it's okay-ish. I don't know.
Could just be that they are included in the price of subscribing. There are generic or different models available that you can buy in the game. That would be acceptable. But I still subscribe, and I don't give a shit if the flare is exclusive. Why should it be? It's just cosmetic items.
As long as it's just cosmetics, but we don't even know that, right? Like, that's the problem. We don't have the information. Anytime something comes up that I start to go a little CIG or are shitting the goddamn a bit, anytime we approach that, guess why we're approaching that? It's because we don't have the information. The only problem that CIG ever make, literally ever, is not telling us what the hell is going on or what they're thinking. If they want to come out and say, hey, this is what we're trialing, we want to see how people like this new stuff. This new stuff is gonna be only available to subscribers. You won't be able to get it here. Like, do a posting of it, do a newsletter about this is our plan. We're trialing this to try and get an idea of what we're gonna do in the future. Nothing is set in stone, but these are our ideas. How many people would be okay with that? Right? That's what we want to know. We want that. Here's what we're trying to do. Anyway.
Next one.
Sorry, Mrs. Eris is upstairs, unable to walk because of baby, and I'm getting messages that she
also
needs
the 15,000 steps this morning.
Yeah, the 15,000 steps this morning did not help, but she's pinging me, and normally no one pings me during the show, and she's just being like, I need help getting up when you're done. So as soon as this is done, I have to go help
So
Miss
we're going
Eris
15
walk.
minutes over this week or half an hour?
Zero.
2 questions.
Follow Stan asks, do you guys remember Pets? There was a spotlight some years ago, I seem to remember. There's also the last funding promise that was ever given was Pets.
Yep. And they also specifically said when they made that promise that they do not guarantee they'll be in for release
Yeah.
of the game because it's not a freaking priority. Also, they do already have turtles in, so
Auto DJ, what will be your first pet?
Probably the crew of the Carpathia.
Good answer. Tilu asks the last question. By show of hands, with the whole cave waterfall shenanigans, who is already planning out their bat cave?
Oh, hands.
Considering I don't have hands, I would not be raising either of them.
It's
Shiva
funny
wants
because
two bat
your
caves.
voice things there just looked like hands doing this. I have no interest in a bat cave or anything
no, he wants a
Bat-Tard
spider
related.
cave.
Batman is the worst hero, honestly, who hides in a cave.
He doesn't hide in caves very much. It's just where he plans all his shenanigans.
And with that, we have reached the end of the show. Yeah,
Can I mention a couple of things real quick?
do it up.
There's space bits. Is that all right?
Quick. As long as you do them quick, because I gotta go help Mrs. Eris stand.
Okay. I'm just gonna link things to people.
Do it.
Go
You
watch
shouldn't
this.
say that when Fast Cart and Nitro are in the audience.
I apologize.
That is a link to a great view of Starlink flying over. Also, this looks awesome. A new BBC series on the planets in our solar system is starting next week. That one. And this one, for those really crazy... Actually, you know what? I'll just tell people. If you go into our Space Race channel, there is a video link there. Everyday Astronaut, who's an awesome dude, Tim Dodd, he just did a 49-minute video on the Raptor engine for Starship.
Nice.
So, yeah. And he actually did a whole bunch of animations, and he explains in detail how the engine works, and looks really great.
So
anyway,
if you want to know how a rocket
Yeah.
engine works, go watch that.
Which is really cool.
And if you want to listen to more of the Auto DJ is streaming 24/7 over at...
thebase.sc. You can visit us on Spectrum at thebase.sc. In addition, if you would like to see when my programming is taken off of the air for a live DJ to take over, you can visit us on Spectrum at thebase.sc/schedule.
And if you'd like to watch Shiver Tokup 24/7, he's available at...
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
What does Tokup mean?
Oh, and that's Relay Station.
Good night, everyone. Just good night. We'll see y'all next week. Have good weeks. Don't do the bad stuff. Don't do the drugs. Behave
Token's a
yourselves.
bird!
Yes. No.
No,
What?
toking up means subscribing to Star Citizen, right?
Yes. Yeah. Join us. See you on Discord and Twitter and all the places and the Twitch and the subscribe and do the stuff and thanks and the wave and the things. Jake makes me do this, but I can't do it. It's his fault for not being here. Thank you all for watching. We'll see y'all next week. There's no space show this week, but there should be one next week. Yeah. And Shiver has to come up with a show plan for a round table.
Relatable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Shiver has to come up with a show plan for a relay table.
Do you know who invented the round table?
Circumference.
Circumference. Fuck.